Oops. Alright, looks like things are good to go on my part, that's for sure. This is the DTM experience, as it would be. And y'all are here to join me. Let's see here. Want to make sure I got my chat and everything here. Alright, cool. Awesome. Possum. Alright, let's see. Skip those. Get back to some music and or. Okay. As I take a deep breath in, let's see here. Get this going too. Alright, so probably get into, well, things you guys want to get into. Oops, I just shook the camera to death. My bad. Whoopsie. Alright, let's check out what's going on here. Again, I'll check out whatever you guys want, but until then, I'm just going to stick with the default. So I'll go through whatever news there are to go through, really, honestly. Things that were popular on my shorts this week, so maybe Mr. will pop up. Oh man, my coffee, man, my coffee. Okay. I have this tablet, and it's like right now in the way of my screen. Whoopsie. So I had to change that. Alright, so maybe I'll check out some X-Men real quick. Let's see, X-Men, Sony stuff, those are always doing really well. We obviously know the main stuff. I haven't posted in a couple days. Oh, no, not a couple days, at least like a day, you know, some of the Orange Batman stuff. The man everyone hates. I'm like, oh god. They do so well, and I obviously presume that I'm just gonna say it, and I think someone's probably view-botting me with my Orange Batman shorts, but because I've been reading about that, and it's like the more I read and the more I learn about YouTube and content creators and what they do to get views and stuff, the more that it kind of makes me sick and ill. Like literally, I could just go out there and just pay for view bots and just bot my shit and make it look like a busy channel until I actually make it big. It's like, really? That's just so terrible, man. So freaking terrible, but anyway, that's life. So there was something, actually. What was it? So one was... Oh, is it going to ask me to sign in? It's probably going to ask me to sign in, huh? Okay, no. Okay, good. Get your ad ass off of me, son. Alright, so I think... Because I'm actually a pretty big fan of the Magnetos of the world. Even though, like... Yeah. Magneto and all that stuff. Wolverine. I love that shit. Obviously, Magneto's a more intellectual argument. And Wolverine's just more of like just hack slash badass son of a bitch. You know what I mean? But hey. So... Ironman versus X-Men was actually a thing, and that was something that blew up. How long is this?
This is the mark of a fighter.
Holy shit.
With a crisp, refreshing taste. A reward for those with a fighting spirit.
And in case you guys don't know, I'm listening to NCS, so I know they allow free stream, copyright-free music on YouTube, and none of my videos have been copyrighted. playing it. So, all my podcasts and stuff like that. So, they have good stuff. They have good shit. I'm just saying. So, all right. So, Ironman versus the X-Men, the debate that drove the 1990s fandom crazy. Believe it or not, that drove people crazy. Like, how is it even debatable? How can you debate that? There's no way. There's just no way. It's not having it. I'm not having it. All right. So this is the summary. X-Men versus Iron Man debate was all the rage in the 1990s comic fandom, sparked by fans in Wizard magazine. Can you imagine a time back when everyone was just, get your monthly, weekly, probably monthly magazine? Not these days anymore. Just pop on Google, pop in your Ethernet connection, and boom, there you go. So they summarize as fans argue. This is by Brian Cronin. I obviously will want to read more, but I did a short on a little bit, not all of his, just a couple snapshots, like his summary right here and a little bit of the dialogue right here, the writing, and posts and do well. So hopefully people check out the dude. So I don't do sponsorships and stuff like that at this current point. So I just kind of just having fun. So, and it probably creates a little bit of traffic for this site. So, and this guy too. So, which is cool. So the fans will be arguing over whether Iron Man could defeat the X-Men single-handedly, sparking a heated debate. So Wizard magazine fans debated how Iron Man's powers and abilities would fare against the X-Men, lasting for several issues apparently. Imagine what that looked like. You would go into the magazine and there would be sections to where chosen readers or whatever would probably be selected, and they would just have this little dialogue debate in the magazine and stuff like that. Can you imagine that going on? It'd be the equivalent to I don't know, people debating on X. It probably would have been an X equivalent, So anyway, let's see here. See, one of the fun things about any sort of fandom is seeing the debates that people latch onto. Oh, also, I did a short on Blade 2 as well. Not the movie Blade 2, I mean, but Blade and Miles Morales. I just posted something like that from the site, and it's that pops off. So, people are big fans of Miles Morales and stuff, and I think Blade apparently, he's having, I'm going to read more into about Blade, but he's having a hell of an arc, I guess. So Blade's a stale character these days, in case people, you wouldn't know it, so in case people didn't know it. But his character's kind of changed up a little bit. They kind of turned him heel, turned him into a baddie, kind of got possessed in a way. So now he's just wants to kill everything. And it's down to Miles Morales to stop him. But that's another thing. I got to read more into that. Obviously, there are always going to be some of the obvious ones, like who is faster, Superman or the Flash? Well, but just by default, the Flash is going to be faster because that's all the Flash has, really, is the Speed Force. And the Speed is a force in itself, so Superman does not have the Speed Force. But that doesn't take from Superman. So Superman can still take out the Flash any given moment. So, but the Flash is extremely powerful. It all comes down to plot armor, really. So whatever the story says, and that's how I go with that kind of stuff, that kind of fandom. Or who is stronger? Well, Thor or the Hulk. Let's see, Jack Kirby and Stan Lee even did a whole Thor story about how even Thor got swept into the fan debate after seeing a bunch of kids arguing over who was stronger. Obviously Thor, right? Yeah. But then again, Hulk, unlimited anger right there. You think that applies itself to strength, but you just never know, really. I mean, Thor is, well, he would say the mightiest Avenger. But there are some that might surprise you. I have a whole column, this guy says, always kind of wondered, that is about when comic book writers who were fans themselves addressed these debates in the comics. In any event, one of the more offbeat fan debates that swept through comic book fandom in the 1990s was driven by fans writing in and arguing about it in the pages of Wizard magazine. Again, this is like a, Xperience. Imagine that. By the way, I call X triple X these days. It's XXX. You guys can read up on that. So let us look at, oh no, it jumped. See these ads, they're just not friendly to me. They are not friendly at all. Alright, so let us look at Great. At The Great, can the Iron Man defeat X-Men by himself? Debate of the early 90s. So now it's like going into it. There's some interesting Rogue stuff going on. They also have an article about Rogue, Nightcrawler, and Mystique and how they're related, their connections and stuff like that. Okay, these ads are like gonna really, like, they're gonna make me want to have ad blocker. I'm just saying, CBR, like, you have so many ads. Like, why? I mean, I understand why, but damn, dude, I hope it's worth the money. They're gonna be like, hell yeah, it is. Alright, how did it begin? Everything started in Wizard Magazine, edition 8, when the assistant editor, Doug Goldstein, answered the following question from a fan named Mario. You know, who brought Nintendo into this? What's going down here? Alright, let's see. I want to know who is the strongest Marvel team and who is the second strongest, and if they had a fight, who would win? Isn't that a great question? I'm sorry, I'm murdering your ads, CBR. Kind of doing the reverse of what I should be doing, right? It's like, Daniel, you're not making us money. What's wrong with you? Like, I'm sorry. Spread the wealth. Look at that. See, your ads just pop up and it just lifts everything. I see that happen to the quartering dude. Actually, he just picks sites where they're just like boxed all over the place. So anyway. Alright, well, Mario, the most powerful Marvel team would undoubtedly be the combined East Coast, West Coast Adventures. With such incredible powerhouses like Thor, Iron Man, She-Hulk, Wonder Man, Captain America, and the Vision. The Avengers can't be defeated in straightforward combat. You know, by the way, oh, I was just going to go on to say, you know, X-Men, they're so powerful now, the Omega Mutants. Especially with, like, Storm and Magneto apparently can't die. It's just, they're really powerful. The second strongest Marvel team would have to be the combined Gold and Blue Strike teams of the X-Men, featuring such warriors as Wolverine, Colossus. Apparently Colossus is very powerful too. NCS has got an ad that's playing. Alright. Bishop, very powerful. Archangel, and Cyclops, which I guess, has been named as an Omega Mutant, at least in one comic book, but overall it doesn't seem that way. But he has an extremely powerful brother that is really insane. The X-Men are a powerful group, but probably could be defeated by the Avengers. I mean, again, it also gives, it's like an any given situation thing. You know, and there's the plot armor of the writer. So it's whoever the writer wants to win. So, and how it's written. Alright, so that started it, and then two issues later, reader Tommy wrote in to say, on one of the letters you answered on the Wizard Press in Wizard Edition 8, you said that the Avengers would be able to beat the X-Men in a battle. I really like the Avengers, but how in the world can you say that? I mean, Archangel's wings could slice and dice Wonder Man into shreds, and Colossus could squash Iron Man into a metallic pizza. You gotta give it to the readers on this. My god, man. Into a metallic pizza. Could you imagine being in the 90s? Let's see. 1990, I was 2 years old, so this wasn't going to be me, but Gen Xers unite. I don't know. Teen Gen Xers. As I take a deep breath. Alright, Goldstein retorted. I like that, retorted. What? Metallic pizza? Look, Tommy, Iron Man could kill the X-Men with a fusion reactor powered pulse beams one by one from orbit if he wanted to. Could anybody stop him? Can Wolverine's claws reach outer space? No. And even if they fought face to face, there'd be a little splat of Russian organic metal where Colossus used to be. So don't go bad-mouthing Iron Man. Okay, so that goes into like the Batman area, to where it's like Batman's got that plot armor where he's got infinite unlimited prep. Yeah, I mean, that's one way of looking at things, and in some realm that's true. I mean, but if they're ready to go, but this is always a conversation where like the heroes are ready to fight each other. This isn't some type of just like first blood scenario. I don't think so. No. At least that's my gist of it, my understanding. All right. Let's see. In the same issue, they did a spotlight on the Avengers, and this was written about Iron Man. The Golden Avenger is perhaps the most powerful Avenger. Oh, you're gonna piss off Thor. Except for Thor. Oh, there you go. Tony Stark's armor. You can't. How can you say that? You just can't. You just. My God. Tony Stark's armor can take almost any impact and respond with the strength to crush buildings, able to unleash mighty repulsor rays and defended by deflector shields. Well, we saw how that worked out with like Thanos, but that's the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so it's just like completely different. Where they just ruined Thanos, unfortunately. Like, Thanos is a great character ruined by Marvel Cinematic Universe movies. Iron Man has rarely been defeated. A superhero since the Vietnam era, Stark has superb fighting skills and constantly upgrading his armor. Even today, I mean, there is a debate going on about power creeping after the latest X-Men comic. I'm so sorry, with Jean Grey. I mean, yeah, there's like a debate. Like, they even made Mr. Sinister's villain variant in that comic as powerful as the one above all, or I gather, which is like, you can't. Why are you doing that? It's like, it ruins the long-term story writing. I mean, that's why it creates a need for... You see constant resets in comics all the days because if a writer screwed up. They want to do power creeping, and then everything has to be reset. Otherwise, you can't continue other stories. Let's see, the next issue, reader Nathan wrote in to say, to that guy who insulted the X-Men by writing about the award-winning, hot-selling, super hot pick, never an issue left on the shelf, Iron Man. Kiss my mutant-loving butt. And that's what the... Okay. Getting heated there. Anyone who insults a mag like the X-Men is no real comic book collector. I don't know what the collector has to do with it, but anyway. And then a guy named Doug replied, look here. Oh, nope, the ad jumped on me. Okay. Look here, Nate. What I said was Iron Man could defeat the X-Men single-handedly. This is true. I don't dislike the X-Men, and I wasn't insulting them. I was just pointing out that there's someone out there that is a lot more powerful than all of them put together. And for your information, Iron Man was popular decades before you little mutant-worshipping maggots ever heard of the X-Men. Could you imagine the comments that they couldn't put in the magazine? This is just like the tame stuff. People have forgotten what it means to be a cool character because some other books have flashy art and half-naked women in them. Hey, come on, man. Jesus, don't be dissing our Wonder Womans. One of my favorites, by the way. So you and your butt can just chill, okay? I get like nostalgia with Jurassic Park, with Sam Jackson's character. And that, as you might imagine, made the whole debate a thing. Alright, so how did this become a thing? So many editions this went by, man. Man, this must have been a really great time for these fans. Now everyone's just on XXX, XXX. Denny's? I haven't been to Denny's in forever. That's what the ad was. Denny's. So go check out Denny's, y'all, I guess. Let's see. In Wizard Edition 13, reader Kagan wrote, you know, I still remember Vindictus. I used to play Vindictus, and there was a guy named Kagan. Yeah. God, I wish that game was better. Where did you get the idea that Iron Man is the greatest? Let's see, Tony and, is it Pietro? Pietro? Is Pietro? In a fight, anyway. Tony without his armor and Pietre? Whatever. Yeah, in his normal form. I like your magazine. I think it's the greatest. But Piet can hit a baseball into orbit with a twitch of his wrist. Now that's gotta be Pietro, right? The hell? What can Tony do? Besides all good Pietro or whatever would have to do to kick that little wussy in a tin can's butt is take his little kitty guns and throw them so far even Iron Man couldn't track them with his little spy tech devices. Try that these days with his nanotech. I mean, there's always going to be a way to disarm. That's just funny that these guys get so into it. Excuse me. The equivalent would be like Goku and Superman going on it. Let's see here. Let's see. Doug replied, "Sigh. Okay. First of all, Pietro in his normal human form cannot hit a baseball into orbit with his wrist. He's only that strong when in armored form. Second of all," yeah, I'm messing up that name totally. I'm sorry. That character, like, oh man. I am so sorry. I apologize. Second of all, Tony Stark, a long time ago, realized that with his armor, he's pretty defenseless. So he asked Captain America to train him in hand-to-hand combat. And they had a big training in the Avengers gym. You know, I mean, did he give him some super serum too? Needless to say, he's an extremely above-average fighter. While that Rusky had been trained in a fight only in his armored form. Tony would wipe the floor with him. Remember, class, just because your favorite is in a hot book doesn't mean he can beat up Galactus, Nuff said. Right? I would say Galactus, man. You know, I just realized that I took my image right there. That's why that didn't go off. Whoopsie. Let's see. In Wizard Edition 14, reader Tommy wrote in to say, in issue 11, you actually were foolish enough to reiterate the idea that Iron Man could single-handedly defeat the X-Men. Ha! What a joke. Let's see. Iron Man. Oh my god. I'm fighting this ad. A hero, Iron Man, a hero who is a recovering alcoholic. Wow, taking it really personal, this guy. With heart trouble and a screwed up nervous system. Way to go, bashing Tony there, man. Not to mention, he has no abilities himself. Where did that stop Batman? You know, it goes in the Batman area. Wolverine could slip in and open that tin can in a hurry. Well, it also depends his armor, too. Especially these days. My god, it's just jumping like jumping spiders, you know what I mean? Alright, even if Wolverine didn't get him, Jean Grey's awesome telekinetic abilities would shut Iron Man down in a matter of minutes. Game over, Shellhead. Damn, getting personal there, calling him Shellhead. Jean Grey's technical abilities. I wonder about that. I mean, she's obviously very powerful. But, I mean, yeah, I guess she probably could. I mean, unless some plot armor came in to where telekinetics wouldn't work. Which I'm sure is probably already out there. Alright, so Goldstein, the big dude, replied, okay, there's two reasons that Iron Man couldn't defeat the X-Men single-handedly. One, they're invisible to his sensors, and so he couldn't lock on to them with his weapon systems. Two, he never got around to making his helmet psychic powers proof. So Xavier could toast him pretty easily. Give or take, yeah. But we're looking at a fight to where they know they're going after each other. So in that scenario, there's prep there. That's what I think it comes down to. I think going like pre-prep stuff is just insane. But if you go into that, either side wins. Just whoever strikes first, you know? Psylocke couldn't because she doesn't have the range. That's it. Besides those two things, Iron Man could kill the X-Men or any X-Team single-handedly. That should put an end to that. In Wizard Edition 18, reader... Oh my god. Reader David brought things back up. Doug, may I call you Doug? You have admitted defeat too easily, my friend. This is so great. I can remember that. I should use that quote. You have admitted defeat too easily, my friend. You and I know Iron Man is perfectly capable of destroying the gene jokes. I mean, X-Men gene jokes. Where does this come from? I mean, X-Men single-handedly. Let's see here. Don't worry about targeting systems, not locking onto them, or psychic power-proof helmets. This all comes from Magneto, right? And the Juggernaut. Alright, there is no need for a psychic-proof helmet. I think it's supposed to be if, but it says it. If you'll recall recent issues of Iron Man, there need not be a body in the suit. Tony can control it remotely. There's no mental presence to detect, much less a brain to fry. And there's no scent for Logan to smell. In a surprise attack, the hollow suit immediately picks off Xavier, Jean, and Psylocke. Now just imagine that if it was like today, and you had... What's his name? Oh my god, Bastion. So Bastion could have been in the X-Men. There was a scenario where he was in the X-Men. At least could have been. And he has the cycle equivalent to metal technology and stuff like that. So he could take care of Iron Man very easy. The X-Men try to engage, but the suit is high in the air, picking them off. His only problem might be Archangel. Tony has preset the self-destruct system. When Warren gets close, the suit explodes, taking Archangel with it. The X-Men are stunned momentarily by this. No Professor X to keep him sharp. At this moment, in comes Tony Stark in his big black, or bad black and white armor, with all guns blazing. Imagine that. Who needs targeting systems when you got visual contact and enough guns to blanket the area, right? Just Vietnam it. Shellhead would be eating beauty burgers 5 minutes later. Let's see. All right, so this got the fans going. He's really good at getting the fans going. So Doug responded, I never thought of sending a whole mess of Iron Man suits against the X-Men. All on remote control. I guess the X-Men wouldn't last more than 2 minutes, would they? Okay, I take it back. Tony Stark can not only single-handedly kill all the X-Men with ease, but he doesn't even have to get his hands dirty. Cool. Just propaganda right there. You just pick out the comments that best fit your narrative, which is fair. It's fair if that's what you do. It's fair. Alright, and Wizard, look at this. Edition 21. We started out in Edition 8. This is how widespread these debates were going on. Probably a good example of debates, how good debates should be handled. One person makes their argument, the other person replies, and then it just keeps on going on and on and on for everyone to see until everyone has made a final decision, until there are no more moves to be played. That's what it is, a debate. A debate ends. If a debate does not end, it is not a debate. It is an unending argument. Pointless existence. So a debate, remember, a debate will always end. Because eventually everyone will have nothing to debate on. In Wizard Edition 21, reader Jeff P. got the debate going again. How nice of this guy. How could you say that Iron Man could beat the X-Men? Even supposing that contrived scheme in Edition 18 about the remote-controlled suit was about to Happy. What the hell does that say? Remote-controlled suit was about to Happy? What the? Which it couldn't for a very important reason. Iron Man couldn't kick any X butt if if it were in his face. First of all, he wouldn't even try to mess with the X-Men, because if he were able to beat them, maybe they just finished partying and they had really bad indigestion and they were all asleep, in comas, encased in boxes of adamantium, with their hands cut off, all because he got there. He wouldn't do it anyway. So that's a really dark scenario right there. Okay. Even if he is a wimp, he has some brains. If he killed them, who would save the Earth from every threat that comes along? I will say this, at least as common sense. Good guys don't kill good guys. If they do, it's called friendly fire. Certainly not him. Anyway, give Colossus a jetpack. Wait. He's continuing on with this? Now he's going like sideways here. Anyway, give Colossus a jetpack and a Sam. And I'll give you 10-1 Iron Man gets his ramjets kicked. And I suppose Rogue is going to just sit around while a fleet of flying 10 men take over the mansion? I guess that wasn't a question. Shit. She could destroy a dozen suits with her eyes shut. Or even better, she could borrow her buddy's power for a while and really kick some iron butt. Until Iron Man gets a real life make mine wizard. Now that's one thing that Marvel really screwed up on. That brings me up because we all know how hated Miss Marvel is, and that could have been fixed. That could have been solved. There's one character that could have fixed her. And that, because we know what happens with Miss Marvel in the comics. We know what happens to her. Comes across Rogue. Rogue touches her. Puts her in a coma. Rogue keeps her powers. And they could have just told a story off of that. And that would have been amazing. But they didn't do that. They screwed the pooch in such a bad way. Alright, so Doug responded back. What are you? Some kid of idiots? Question mark. I'm not sure about some of the dialogue here. First of all, it took a nuclear missile to knock out Iron Man in the end of Armor Wars. So Colossus, stupid Sam, wouldn't do anything. Second of all, if Iron Man did kill the X-Men, not only would it be ridiculously easy for him to then kill off the X-Men's enemies, Iron Man versus Sabretooth, question mark, get serious. But he'd let us stop worrying about this stupid X-Traitor thing. I mean, who cares? Nobody's ever turned traitor on Tony Stark. I tell you. And lastly, if one more person writes in saying, Texaco commercial, in case anyone was wondering. Alright. He's like, I mean, who cares? Nobody's ever turned traitor on Tony Stark, I tell you. And lastly, if one more person writes in saying Rogue could stop him if she sucked up everyone else's powers, I'm gonna puke. So it's funny, Rogue, even if she still has a limit in her powers, she has not reached Omega level at this point, but there's always a debate, like, if she took someone very powerful and stole their power, she could reach that, but until they power creep her, like, I don't know. But Rogue is one of my favorite characters. I still think the Miss Marvel thing is a miss. Let's see. Wake up, you little brain mutant-loving moron heads. Ooh. That counts about as much as my saying that Stark could build a 50-foot suit of armor to fight X-losers. Which reminds me, Batman in DC facing off with Godzilla. And the MonsterVerse monsters had that huge Batmech. Oh my god, dude. There was something to check out too. Alright, so the big guy comes in. Goldstein then hilariously just threw into the end of Wizards Edition 22 letter column. This is an open statement to all you twisted mutant lovers out there. I assume that all of you read X-Force Edition 21 by now and saw how James Rhodes in the War Machine armor took down all of X-Force all by himself. Easily. It was no contest. Now think of Rhodey in the War Machine armor could easily defeat X-Force, and then surely Tony Stark and the real Iron Man armor could easily defeat the X-Men. So all you mindless X fans who stop putting Iron Man down and admit he's the better man. Or better mech? One of his arguments is that Tony wouldn't be in the suit. Thanks for listening. As you might imagine, that didn't go over well. Tommy, from all the way back in Wizard Edition 10, remember, this started like Edition 8, now it went up to like 22. Wrote an essay in Edition 25. You can't say that Iron Man could defeat the X-Men because War Machine wiped X-Force's butt. We're talking two different teams, two different armors. The big guy replied, "You're right, Tommy. Just because War Machine did... Oh, no. Just because it did a number on X-Force just like the ads do a number on me. Doesn't mean Iron Man could beat the X-Men. Despite the letters I've read telling me why the X-Men could beat Iron Man, some of which were so stupid, I gotta tell you, mutant fans must be, as a whole, simple-minded. I still think Tony could whip the X-Men easily. We've got my top 10 reasons on page 226. 226 pages, what the fudge? If you read them and still think I'm wrong, well, then I'll be happy to admit that I'm wrong. Thanks for the memories." That's the top 10 reasons. There was a book. He wrote a book. The top 10 reasons Iron Man could beat the X-Men. You gotta be shitting me. Oh no, okay, it's just a list. Okay, thank God. I was gonna be scared there. 10. Tony could buy the X-Mansion and have the X-Men evicted and arrested. Fight's over. You gotta be shitting me. He's got them cool beam thingies. Because with great powers comes great responsibility. Jesus. Nobody likes to smell him muty. He's really nice and shiny. Because Mr. Arbogast would want it that way. And then we're going on to 4. Iron Man's fought Galactus, while the only X-Men who fought Galactus was Dazzler. And she's not with the X-Men anymore. And then the top 3. X-Men's titles far outsell the X-Men titles. Oh, just by default, that's a winner, huh? Who really cares is number 2. And then number 1, the X-Men's mentor is this bald guy. Come on. Bald people never win. Glass shatters. Alright, then 2 issues later, as 1993 was coming to an end, Goldstein really ended it with the one last point. Or at least, what I'm treating as the end of the initial thing. Maybe it came up in a year later or whatever, but I think we've gone far enough here. Well, yeah, man, this is a hell of a long article, dude. You can't handle the truth. Let's start this letter column off with a letter from a broken man on a topic which has become all too familiar to readers of magic words. Alright, everybody. I'm going to put an end to this Iron Man versus the X-Men debate. I admit that Iron Man can beat the X-Men. There are too many of them for him to beat all by himself. However, Iron Man could definitely defeat. No DUI. Alright, there are too many of them for him to beat all by himself. However, Iron Man could definitely defeat any X-guy one-on-one. With the exception of Phoenix, Professor X, Psylocke, and perhaps Kitty Pryde. If she got lucky. When she phases, she shorts out machines, you know? Did she really? I did not know that. That is interesting to know. That would be a real bastion killer right there. Those 3 aside, Iron Man could probably take on huge numbers of X-Men at once. Let's be realistic, though. I don't care how cool you may think Wolverine is. There's no way he could beat Iron Man by himself. Shellhead is one of the Marvel Universe's most powerful heroes. They keep on calling him Shellhead. That's funny. He stands beside such legitimate powerhouses as Thor and the Hulk, and has defeated huge foes like Ronan the Accuser. Because he's a huge foe. The X-Men really haven't gone up against people more powerful than ninjas with guns or mutants from the future. In the end, however, everything I just said really doesn't matter. If the X-Men were actually ever to take on Iron Man, the writer of the story would have ever, or whoever he wanted to win. As long as it advances his story, the big guy said. So, it goes to show you overall that whoever you want, depending on the plot, will win. If you want Iron Man to win, then he will win. If you want the X-Men to win, then they will win. But logically speaking, one man versus a whole group, and when the group has individually Omega mutants, like maybe even beyond that, in terms of power, again, like the Storms and the Icemans, so on and so on and so on, Iron Man has his limits. I know Tony is being power crept too, and he's got his new armor that's supposedly, is it like tougher than even adamantium? I think so. But anyway, yeah. But I mean, so it's whatever the plot goes for, but I just would imagine it hard to believe that the X-Men would kind of lose out. Honestly speaking. Do they even, they don't do like the 4-minute read or stuff like that. I know a lot of articles are very kind. They'll actually put like headers with like how long the read is, how long it takes to read. Past 1 billion views on YouTube. I was like looking at Eminem, and I was telling people past my moment of silence. So Eminem, for me, as I grew up, and I've done a couple shorts on this that people enjoyed, but I was not a fan of the man growing up. I disliked him very much. I thought he was a bad example for my peers, for young people of my age at the time in the 90s, very young. I think he was like all the drugs, the sex, all that stuff. It was just not healthy for young teens and younger, and or teens in general. These days, with all the cancel culture stuff, though, I think that he does have a place, though. So I've become more of a fan than I was. Just because he, and this was probably at the time too, but cancel culture wasn't as big as it is now on social media, where you can just literally cancel everyone. Back then, there were people trying to cancel Eminem, but they could not do it on a social media level. Now they can. So with that, now in this scenario of whether he has a place or not, he does have a place. And I did see I got copyrighted for his Houdini. So, but anyway, on one of my other streams. But I think it really is good to fight against the cancel culture, especially in the United States of America, where we have freedoms, we have protections, and I know communists and fascists hate the Constitution. I know they hate it, but there's a reason for it. It's probably the greatest document ever made. I know you could argue the 10 Commandments. That's fine. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I personally think the Constitution is the greatest document of all time. I think it allows it fights democracies, because democracies are very bad for people. Democracies have nothing to stop them from deteriorating. Nothing to stop the fascists and the communists from taking over. And I always say, never trust anyone that gives you something for free, and never trust someone that gives you something that's overpriced. Let's see here. So, Eminem, I call him kind of these days a culture warrior, I would say. I don't think there's very much of controversy with Eminem these days. I know he did the Megan thing where he made fun of Megan and people took offense. I think that was just people baiting to get, like, either Eminem in the news, or could have been Eminem's people, it could have been Megan's people, but... Oh, he did have he only reached number 2. He was behind Post Malone, I think. So that kind of sucked. That was a couple days ago. Post Malone and Morgan Wallen lead Billboard Hot 100 for 4th week. Eminem debuts at number 2. I mean, there's always a chance for his fans to get out there and just keep buying, but... But yeah, his new single reached number 2. So he was defeated on the number 1 on his debut. So that is a little bit of a thing right there. I am kind of surprised he got defeated, but maybe there are others that aren't surprised that Houdini got the number 2 slot. Let's see, the song starts as the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame rapper's 23rd career top 10 and highest charting hit since The Monster, featuring Rihanna. Claimed 4 weeks at number 1 in December 2013 through January 2014. Let's see, until his latest entry, he had last reached the top 10 with Godzilla featuring Juice WRLD, which debuted and peaked at number 2 or number 3 in February 2020. So he hasn't had a number 1 in a while. Not since Rihanna. Other than that, the argument is to keep Eminem around. So hopefully he keeps doing this thing. Hopefully he re-energizes his image and stuff like that. I mean, the Houdini video was pretty cool, so Eminem is back, you know. I don't see anyone else. I'm surprised that no one else is like digging like any controversy. I think Eminem is on the liberal. He would definitely be like the center left to left plus plus. I don't know. The left has gone so far left these days. I just go plus plus, you know. There's center left, then there's center left plus, and there's center left plus plus. I don't know, like whichever one you identify as. So I'm center right independent. So Eminem is kind of staying out of trouble. That's what it looks like. Shit, I didn't mean to go through the elements. But Eminem's Houdini unlocks number 1 debut on Billboard Global charts, though. The song becomes the rapper's first ruler on both the Global 200 and the Global Access US. This was a couple days ago. His Houdini magically appears at number 1 in his first week on both the Global 200 and okay. So at least he got the 200, but not the 100. Is there any other news? I know there's like... Video play soon. What is it? Old Spice? I don't use Old Spice. Why are you forcing me to watch an Old Spice? I could even skip the ad. I couldn't even skip the ad. Unbelievable. The Guardian. The Guardian, I've read their articles. They seem very left. But I like reading leftist stuff because it adds context. It's better. Because then I don't have to debate anyone. I don't have to argue anyone because I'm already reading material that's from the other side, from Left Plus Plus. Excuse me. Are you a procrastinator? I'm not really. I'm more of an optimist. Oh, God. Where's, There's nothing really interesting, like, politically, honestly. I mean, I'm sure there's some stuff going on with Orange Badman, but it's just not... It's not too relevant. I don't know. I think the fans of Sony were, like, extremely disappointed. There were some fans that thought there was too many live service games, and it's like... There wasn't enough, like, good games. So since the game industry is dying because of the live service, they just focus on games that require minimum maintenance. It's like you have hourly wages, and people are always complaining about workers not doing the work, doing the job. They do the minimum, even though when you're paid by the hour, you're paid to do the full job, not the minimum of the job. You're paid to keep your employer operating. The business operating. You're not paid to do the minimum that destabilizes a business. That's one thing people don't understand. I will say that if you hear someone that hates hard workers, like, I hate this guy, he's a hard worker, I mean, we should only be doing the minimum in an hour. Why is this guy working harder? He's not going to get paid anymore, and he's going to make our boss, he's going to get our boss the idea that we have to work as hard for less too. No, you idiot. This is where it comes down to. You're paid by the hour to keep the job in operation. And when you do the minimum, you're not keeping the job in operation. You are destabilizing the business. So this is what I tell quiet quitters. And this is what I tell people who do the minimum. The people that think they deserve a higher wage than they're worth. You know what I do to them? Because I'm a lead. So I have my own force. So every time I have a worker that's about to finish a task, I go up to that worker and I go up to him and I say, all right, after you're finished with this, I want you to finish this. And if they're unlucky, I'll give them a time. I don't do that hourly. And this is what I also do. I also tell workers, just remember, you're paid by the hour. And we keep operations open. We're not destabilizing the business. That's how that works. And I would expect the same thing to me. If the boss comes to me, there are stories. Like, if you have a boss, I will say this. If you have a boss that is putting their work on you, that's different. That's different. That's where I will agree with the quiet quitters. That's where I will agree with them. Okay, so I will have a compromise on that. If you have a boss that is intentionally putting their work on you, getting you to work hard, put in more hours to do their work, that's different. That boss is shit. That boss is garbage. As a lead, I take my job very serious and my responsibilities. And my responsibilities is to keep a warehouse in operations. That's what it is. I'm keeping the warehouse in operation. So any work that I believe is more than anyone can handle, I take on, just by default. And I am the type that takes on work just by default. Like, I am a one-man army. Like, there are warriors out there. We are one-man armies, baby. Like, I can do... When you can do the work of 3 people, when you can do 3 jobs... And this is where it goes into, like, work culture and where hard workers should be rewarded. If you're willing to take on 3 jobs, if you're willing to take on 2, 3 jobs or more, that 3 people, 4 people could do, you name it. It is a crime not to be paying them more than the quiet quitters. There is a crime there. I will say that. That's my big thing. That's a crime. That should be a crime. Like, in my opinion, I should be making at least 30% more than the quiet quitters, at least. And that's something that is a crime of when a market is cut from its competition. So, and that mostly happened during the pandemic and stuff like that. Although I will say the company that I work for has a monopoly in its area, and it's a damn shame, really, that it has a monopoly, because then it doesn't have to worry about competing, because there are no workers going to and from. So my business is very unfortunate, but yeah, that was my little rant right there. I don't want to see your YouTube video. I don't want to get copyrighted. What was it? See, Sony just didn't do anything with their games. It's like, I'm trying to think back to their state of play, and like, it's like, what rings a bell? There isn't really anything that rings a bell. Oh, I know, and I don't know why it's not showing, but there was, so Sony continues the route of, actually, you know what? I should have done PS5 news. I would have found it. Oh, that's so funny. Nintendo is discontinued. I forgot that. I did a short. Nintendo is discontinuing X, and Sony and Microsoft had already done that. So they're like, Elon, bad man. We don't support your software anymore. So this is good. PS5 players will soon be able to join Discord voice chat directly. And my younger brother will have no excuse now. I'm going to give him shit. I'm going to give him shit. Oh, and this is new. This is just in. Yeah, I'm gonna, like, people with their articles, like, you guys should be putting in, or you could, like, just put in, like, how much time it's gonna take to read the article, and that will do wonders, believe me. And believe me, it really will. Cozy Town. So again, PS5 players will soon be able to join Discord voice chat directly from their console. In recent years, we partnered with Discord to introduce more ways for players to connect with their friends and communities across Discord and the PS5 console. Since we first introduced Discord voice chat on PS5, players have joined a Discord voice chat on PS5 more than 290 million times to hang out with friends in Discord voice channels while gaming. Wait. What? Well, I thought it was just, like, being rolled out. What the... Anyway. Today, we're pleased to share that we're starting to roll out the ability for PS5 players to join Discord voice chat directly from the PS5 console, without relying on the Discord PC or mobile apps to initiate the connection. Alright, so how to join. Select the Discord tab in the game base with PS5 Control Center and choose the Discord server or DM group you'd like to join. Then select your preferred voice channel. This will reveal more details, such as who is already in the channel chatting. You'll also receive PS5 console notification when another Discord user calls you, allowing you to join right away. Is this just like broadly on the console, like, or is this also this obviously connects like Discord in general, right? This update will make it easier than ever to quickly hop into Discord conversations with other gamers. It will gradually roll out over in the coming weeks, starting with players in Japan, Asia, followed by Europe, Australia, New Zealand, and the Middle East, and finally the Americas. Why are you doing the Americas last? You suck. Please note that you will need to update your console to the latest system software, and your accounts for PlayStation Network and Discord must be linked. Okay. If you haven't yet linked accounts, you can learn how to do so here. Are people going to complain about that too? Oh my god, why do you have to connect my Discord with my PlayStation Network? You fiends, you monsters, how could you? You bastards. You just sense it. I'm still pissed off about Helldivers 2. And God of War Ragnarok, how dare you make me create a PlayStation account? How dare you? A minority of people, I'm sure. Profile share also begins rolling out next week. So Discord. So, yeah, you'll have no excuses not to Discord me. Alright, so I'm gonna have to search it myself then. So, oh, dude, that's why. Xbox. So, Sony is doing the PS Pro stuff. So, here's the thing. And this is in contrast to what Microsoft is doing with the Xbox. So Sony's putting out PS Pro consoles. They're milking the cow. They're milking the cow like crazy, right? Okay. It's going to be like 8K. Basically what they said about the PS4. So, like the PS4 was... No, the PS5 was 8K. Then they removed it from the box because they got the PlayStation 5 Pro coming, and that's supposed to be 8K. Okay? It's supposed to be. If you have an 8K TV, you can sync it with a cable that can stream the 8K video. Okay? It's a complete ripoff. It's bullshit. This is why I'm not a console gamer anymore, really. I mean, I have my Wii and stuff like that. Nintendo's cool because Nintendo's smart. Their hardware is always a few years behind, which makes it cheaper, more affordable, and then they can lower the prices for us, the consumers. Like that's what consoles were originally for. If you look at Nintendo, they would be the best argument of like why we have consoles. And then what Sony and Microsoft are doing are like they're not consoles as far as I'm concerned. Not how they're promoting them, not how they're using them now. It's just Nintendo is the only console. They are the only console. It is what it is. So, but this is what Sony's putting out their PlayStation 5 Pro. They're just milking that series as much as they can. What Microsoft is doing is they're putting out digital versions, cloud versions. Excuse me. As far as I hear, you'll be able to use physical media, but they're going away from it. And the interesting thing is, well, PS5 is doing the Pro thing. They are doing the Pro, so they're getting their next. It's not next gen, but I mean it's a Pro. Microsoft is just flat out saying this is still the Series X. They're not doing a Pro thing. This is Series X, and these are just digital cloud versions. That's it. That's it. No upgrades otherwise than that. This is why Sony and Microsoft suck in the console generation, and why Nintendo has their niche. PS5 Pro. The PS5 Pro release is coming, and it doesn't simply look like a rehash or a refresh, but a fairly extensive upgrade of the popular console. I mean, allegedly 8K, which allegedly the PS5 was, until they removed it from the box. As the gaming community eagerly awaits the next iteration, we explore the PS5 Pro rumors and confirmed specs. Comparing the latest model to its predecessors, the PS5 and the PS4 Pro. To give you a comprehensive look at what's in store, let's see here. Project Trinity. The PS5 Pro is expected to feature advanced AMD technology, including Zen 4 chip architecture, RDNA 3 graphics, and a significant boost in performance. Leaked details suggest a detachable Blu-ray player, providing players with an all-digital option and improvements to the DualSense controller to tackle battery life and dead zone issues. When you start to make things detachable in the console, like, is it a console anymore? I guess. Potential pricing is around $500, mirroring the PS5 Disc Edition launch price. Due to uncertainties in internal specifications and supply chain challenges, speculations range from $600 to $700. Consoles are supposed to be affordable, man. The Sony PS5 Pro is rumored to launch late in 2024. Possibly at Christmas. It will build on the success of the PlayStation 5 and address the evolving gaming landscape. I'm going to be honest, there's not much to evolve from. While leaks and industry insiders strongly suggest, I mean, these days the evolution would be in the games, making good games good again. Industry insiders strongly suggest the PS5 Pro. Sony has yet to officially confirm the console. Gamers are advised to approach details cautiously until the official announcement is made. So all leaks, all that crap. So rumors. When is it coming out? Rumor. Let's see. Expected late 2024, as we just heard. In September of the wait a second. News and rumors surrounding the release of the PS5 Pro have been a topic of fervent discussion since 2021, just a year after the PS5's initial launch. So early to start that. In September that year, YouTuber Moore's Law is dead. Okay. Suggested a potential arrival of PS5 Pro by 2023. A protection that ultimately did not materialize. Because Sony was making good money. So they didn't have to. I'm sorry for the yawn. I woke up earlier this morning, which is why I was able to start the stream up earlier too. However, the channel was back in March 2024, revealing that what are alleged to be the full specs of the PS5 Pro, suggesting the PS5 Pro will arrive at Christmas, to the rendering 45% faster than PS5. Offer 2 to 3 times the ray tracing. Now we're just getting in 2 to 3 times the ray tracing, dude. Oh, man. And support 8K resolutions through future software updates. That's how PS5, and then they took the 8K off the box. Two notable resources contributing to this speculation are Tom Henderson of Insider Gaming and gaming personality Jeff Grubb. Specs and features. Expected CPU and GPU. Yep, the AMD Zen 4. RDNA 3 or 3.5. Other dedicated AI chip. DualSense 2.0. Controller. Detachable Blu-ray. It's codenamed Project Trinity, as mentioned earlier. Let's see. So we heard the chip. Where's the good shit? So, okay, so the Zen 4 is an 8-core processor with a 30 WGP, 60 CU, iGPU based on the RDNA 3/3.5 and an APU with 96 ROPS. console is believed to boast a 5/4 nanometer process. CPU clocks in at 3.85 gigahertz. The GPU clocks in at 2.7 gigahertz. 16 gigabytes. GDR6 RAM. With 18,000 MTs memory per second memory, and speculated but unconfirmed 33.5 teraflops. Damn, 33. Jesus, games are getting so huge these days. While RDNA, oh shit. Yeah, well, RDNA 2 may be beginning to show its age. First launched in 2022. 3 brings an estimated 50% increase in performance per watt compared to 2, with improvements expected to filter through to rasterization and ray tracing performance. Other reports suggest the PS5 Pro is expected to feature a dedicated AI engine dubbed Neutral Processing Unit and hybrid core design. Zen 5 / Zen 5C. There's so much shit there for increased computing power. Leaks suggest the console is deep in development, with game developers receiving development kits to optimize their upcoming titles. Let's see here. Let's see, the Pro's 33.5 teraflops will give it twice the raw processing power of the current PS5. You know, you have to imagine that they plan all this ahead of time. It goes to show, I've always been a fan of just one console and done, that's it. And just make it cloud gaming, that's it. Just do it. It's like, just do it. Just do it. Stop wasting consumer money. Stop milking the cow. When PS5 games do often, let's see here. One effect may be that existing games have struggled to hit a consistent 60 FPS, run smoother, while helping the growing range of PS5 games include ray tracing, such as Hitman 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Grand Theft Auto 5, and Elden Ring. Get a better console that will be able to play your games better with better frame rates. That's basically all that is. The way Sony handles BC is very complex, and it requires the new HW to run at the same higher clock speed, even if the new HW is faster at lower clock speeds. They are using Z6 dense cores for PS6. They can't target 4 gigabytes for the PS5 Pro. That could break BC. Will the PS5 Pro bring 8K gaming to the living room? While the PS5 technically can support 8K resolution, the console limits its output to 4K. Only one game runs at 8K, The Tourist, but the PS5 downscales it to 4K before it even reaches your screen. And that's why they took it. Okay, to be fair, until they were getting ready to announce, until the Pro rumors, they didn't take the 8K off the box, the PS5, so I can't give Sony any doubts or any benefits here. No! I don't know who really likes the detachable Blu-ray player. I don't know. Is that really that special? Excuse me. I mean, it's just an 8-core, an 8-core, an 8-core. That's it. It's like, and then they use the fancy numbers. Like, oh, this is twice. This is 50% extra power up, and it's like, that's just, oh, it's just gimmickry. It's just a gimmick. That's all it is. That's all it is. What it comes down to, the price, 600. Let's see. So, as speculation swirls about the potential PS5 Pro price, the general consensus suggests it will likely be more expensive than its predecessor. While the PS4 Pro debuted at $400 in 2016, the 5 Pro could be priced at $500. So $100 extra. Okay. Mirroring the launch price of the PS5 Disc Edition in 2004. Imagine it's like supposed to be 50% better. You're upping it by only by $100. Of course, that would be the comparison wasn't with the PS4 though. It was with the PS5 in general. Pro versus 5. Anyway, if it really is double the performance, isn't it double the price? No, Jesus, it's just all gimmick. All right, so additional speculations about the PS5 Pro's range vary from 600 to 700. So yeah, think about that. Could you imagine paying $600 up to $700 for a console? Oh my god, dude. Jesus, you can buy a motherboard. You can buy a good motherboard and a good CPU for that price, dude. That'll last you for 10 years. And you're having people buy consoles. 1, 2, like probably 4 consoles a year. You got your standards and you got your pros, and then the next standard and the next pro. You're looking at like probably like in 10 years like 4 variants of console. It's gonna cost you so much money. Oh my god, dude. That's insane. Go buy a CPU and a GPU and a motherboard. And then the other components, and you'll be good. You might as well. So I don't understand that. Just get a CPU. The GPU is the most costly thing. So good GPUs, you're going to be paying upwards with all the way the market works. You know, you're paying in the thousands. Yes, it's true. But GPUs used to be a lot cheaper. Then the pandemic happened and all that shit, and then the crypto mining, which is a horrible thing. Crypto mining is shit. Unless you got like 50 fucking GPUs attached to one machine, then there you go. That's fine. But other than that, good luck. Nearly 80% of Elden Ring Xbox players won't be able to play new DLC content next week. Let's see. Global Xbox achievement stats show that at least 80% of Elden Ring Xbox players won't be able to play Shadow of the Erdtree DLC, which launches on June 21st. What the hell? According to the global Xbox achievement data for Elden Ring achievements, at least 80%. Bandai Namco issues Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree PSA. To access Shadow of the Erdtree, players must have defeated both Star Courage, Radahn, and Mohg. Oh, gotcha. Okay. They must have defeated Radahn and Mohg. Okay. Lord of the Blood. Okay. And 80% of people haven't done that? Jesus Christ. Gotcha. So that's what it is. 60% had not defeated Mohg. Okay. Retweeting streamer Con Carnage, who highlighted that around 60% of Elden Ring Steam players had not defeated Mog and unlocked the corresponding achievement. They said on Twitter. Let's see. Friendly PSA to all those looking forward to Elden Ring. Shadow of the entry. You have less than 2 weeks to prepare. They are not joking. The achievement highlights is Shard Bearer Mog, which, as global Xbox achievements data show, has only been unlocked by 23% of Elden Ring players on that platform, meaning the remaining 77% of players won't currently be able to enjoy Shadow Erdtree at launch. On PS5, it shows that 35 players have the trophy. Man, they really aren't ready. Excuse me. It's like, what's going on there? What the hell? As for defeating Radon, we can see only 33% of Elden Ring players have managed to beat the hulking boss. The unlock percentage for this on Steam sits at 55%, 47% on PS5. You have a majority of gamers that did not even beat the game. How does that happen? How does that happen? Oh my god. So you had a lot of casual gamers that played it and it just didn't work for them. Unfortunately, that's what it seems like to me. Obviously, not everyone has fired up Elden Ring. We'll be picking up DLC, but it'll be interesting to see where Elden Ring will sit on our Xbox gameplay chart over the next few weeks. Of course, the number of Elden Ring Xbox players who won't be able to start Shadow of the Erdtree next week is likely higher than the stats shown due to players having unlocked both achievements and going on to start new files without having beaten both bosses again. Oh, okay. I am shocked that it's not saying it. Where is the Xbox console? The upcoming consoles? Where are they? The digital versions. Why do I have to be so specific to find it? There it is. The first of the Xbox Series X 2 TB Galaxy Black Special Edition. This is simply the existing Series X with 2 terabytes of storage instead of the usual 1 terabyte. The console features a speckled pattern with silver, gray, and green spots with a bright green base. The controller also gets green back and a speckled D-pad. This variant will retail for $600 and will be available in limited quantities in select markets. See, that's the thing. All digital. Games are getting bigger, so they have to upgrade the gigabytes. But I mean, all digital. Imagine that. So this will be without the optical drive, which means you can only access games and movies digitally. So Sony is allowing drives to be installed. Or they're modulating. Excuse me. So Sony's modulating their systems with the drives, and then Microsoft is trying to fully just take them out. This guy says, so what? It doesn't, because your statement is not correct. The Xbox Series with optical drive costs $50 more than the old digital one. That's right. So they are going to be selling one with a drive to allow physical media. The digital edition saves you 10% versus the standard Series X. So another way of saying it is an old digital version. If you, the consumer, want to save $50, buy one without the drive. Rest in peace, Xbox. Yeah, consoles, man. It's just the shitter, man. Microsoft isn't going anywhere, and Sony is just rehashing. They're stuck in Sony, man. They put out a console that was supposed to be 8K, and then they retort. But hey, you got the PS5 Pro, and they say the same thing for the PS5 Pro as they did for the PS5, where it was with software updates, your games will come into 8K. Not that really matters to most gamers anyway. The majority of gamers probably don't really care, so they just want the convenience. But the more that they're doing this shit and they're hiking their prices, I mean... Shit, I can't do spell for shit. Uh-oh. Again, it'd be nice to have an article with the time. Maybe I'll start doing articles. Oh, that's really quick though. So Nintendo issues multiple. Oh, I forgot to say. Who was it? Blue Penguin hacked Disney. I forgot to mention that. Stealing corporate data. It was like 2 gigabytes worth corporate data. Suck for them. Nintendo issues multiple DMCA on modding site. Game Banana. Banana. Excuse me. Nintendo has issued multiple DMCA takedowns targeting mods hosted on the popular community site Game Banana. According to member Waikuteru, over 60 DMCA takedowns were issued within a few days, with 40 directed at their own mods. This wave of takedowns has left Game Banana profile devoid of any mod submissions. The targeted mods include a variety of custom content for popular Nintendo game titles, notably mods for the Legend of Nintendo Tears of the Kingdom, such as a randomizer and a custom map like Lon Lon Ranch and Skyview Temple, have been affected. Additionally, mods for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate have also been targeted. When visiting the mod pages in question, users are now met with a message stating that the content has been removed due to a verifiable takedown request. Excuse me. So Nintendo's kicking ass. Probably pissing off a lot of people. Palworld gets legally distinct Pocket Creatures mod pack as response to DMCA takedown. Is that a recent one? No, that's old. Damn, is Palworld really old news now? Big Nintendo Direct for June 24th could be happening later than expected. I always thought it would be the week Luigi's Mansion 2 HD releases. Excuse me. I mean, it hasn't happened though, right? Let's see, fans are gonna have to wait a little bit longer. Lego Horizons, that's going on. That's being released on all of the consoles, right? Downy.
Wow.
Old Spice Total Body Deodorant.
Pricing, Jesus. So what is the Nintendo Switch right now? You will be redirected back to your article in 12 seconds. You're gonna curse me with Scott Pilgrim? What the hell are you doing? Oh my god. I thought I ordered like black coffee, but they gave me coffee with sugar in it. I'm like so unhappy about that. I'm trying to keep my weight. Damn it. For the baby yoga. This was June 7th, so this is actually pretty recent. There are deep discounts on Nintendo Switch across the web. So the Switch is at $350. What was... No, Nintendo, because Nintendo has made their mistakes in the past overpricing consoles. If you look back now, oh my god. Ooh. But I'm like, I guess my overall thing is like with Nintendo is like, if you want a console maker that's going to actually care, is an actual console. And the purpose of the console was to be cheaper. Because not everyone could afford a PC. And something that's very convenient. So, not mobile, but you can put in your living room, you can just switch on, and you can play with a couple buddies. We have lost that with Microsoft and Sony, but Nintendo still lives on. I'm trying to like ponder, cause like, what is like the main sell? Like, cause Sony and Microsoft, they're trying to be like these all-in-one PCs. Their games are no longer becoming exclusive, which a minority of fans on both sides are really hating. No! No! No, I don't want to take a survey. No! Okay. Oh, that's just my Discord popping up right there. it would be hard to do that since I am. Excuse me. I would have to have it on. Okay. What do you mean he might not attend? Rejects bid to restrict. Race to the nomination. Yep. Such a boring election year. Like, there was 35 that were uncommitted. That's crazy. If you think about it, it's pretty crazy right there. Seven hours ago. See, by the Associated Press, let's see, Geneva. The head of the United Nations Refugee Agency says he understands that the Biden administration enacted new restrictions on asylum seekers entering the United States, but cautioned that some aspects of the executive order may violate refugee protection required in international law. Filipino Grande, the UN High Commissioner for Refugees, spoke to the Associated Press as his agency issued an annual Global Trends report for 2023 on Thursday. It found that the cumulative number of people who have been subjected to forced displacement rose to 120 million in 2023, 6 million more than the year before. The refugee agency noted that the total count was roughly equivalent to the entire population of Japan. Japan's population is going down, by the way, but the United States, meanwhile, has faced the most complex challenge when it comes to refugee of any country in the developed world. It's because the United States is number one, Grundy said, alluding to an influx across the U.S.-Mexican border. The UN Refugee Agency chef criticized Biden administration plans to enact new restrictions on migrants seeking asylum at the border, seen by some as a political maneuver ahead of the national elections in November, as a possible violation of international humanitarian law. Mister, I just saw something from you. Ripaverse comic content creator Eric July held a Texas fan meetup 2 days ago, and his stalker, young Clippa. That is, you know, Mr. First, how you doing? And that is a lot right there. And stalker, young Clippa, one of the Dick Show podcast co-hosts, showed up there to troll him. He got arrested. Who's young Clippa? Why is everyone always getting doxxed? Why is that? And why is this young Clippa? Let's see here. Dude, I gotta, hold on. What did that say? What did that say? I thought I saw something else in there. I thought I said, oh, yeah, my brain was seeing something weird. You said Eric claims that on multiple streams, Young bragged. Go away, NBA ad. Bragged about how he was gonna. This is a dude. What happened? Why is it not loading? Why is the Instagram not loading, mister? What's going down here? Bragged about how he was gonna show up at his personal address. Oh. Oh, that gets into an iffy territory. Oh. Hey, mister, have you ever showed up at anyone's house? Like, have you ever told anyone, I'm going to show up at your house and I'm going to kick your ass? Have you ever mentioned it to anyone ever? I'm just curious. Correction, the meetup happened 3 to 4 days ago. But yeah, have you ever showed up? Have you ever like told someone like, I'm gonna show up to your house and I'm gonna kick your ass? Has that ever happened? Like, you ever had beef with someone, so you got to go to their house and make beef stew? But yeah, what's going on here? Is this the person? Like, why is it like not loading? No Instagram. What? The person's Instagram is gone. Oh, I did see it right. Sociopath. That's what I thought. I thought I saw a sociopath in there. I'm like, what the fuck? Nope, I've never made such a threat. You said, okay. Well, then you're very consistent then. This means you are not a hypocrite. So, I give you a nod, mister, so you are genuine. For everyone knows, mister is genuine. Young Clippa. But then again, when it says young here, it's not like you. Maybe that's how it messed up. No, it keeps on wanting to correct me. Young Clippa arrested. Why is that almost 4 hours? Why is someone milking a video for 4 hours on this? Oh my god. Is it young or young? Is this guy a rapper? I found a young. Is this young? This or this? What's going on here? X is being a. Oh, by the way, X is XXX to me. In case you wonder. Oh my god. Your likes are now private. What the hell? Oh. Breath of 24. She keeps on I know she wants to make me logos, I know, but I have to. I still haven't responded to her text. I don't think she pops on the streams though, so I mean, I'm still thinking. I make my own logos and stuff like that. I have stuff I'm working on, but I don't know. It's you have gotten pissed off and said out of pocket shit towards someone many times, but nothing involving going to a person's house. What about like, I mean, it's such a match issue, you know, like you know how easily set off a match can be in any circumstance. You can just light a match, just flick a match on and fires on. It's like doxing is like one of those things. But I mean, like, I think if you're maliciously doxing people like over and over again, if you're a repeat offender, then I'm gonna be like more serious. But if you're just gonna go to someone's house and give them the bird, then I'm not gonna. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a good drive-by and giving someone the bird. Just don't be video cameraing it. Just don't put it on the internet. You know what I mean? Oh, it went into another thing. That's what happened. Okay. Why are people sleeping so hard? These people are so hard to find. How do you like... You said you're heavily on the stance against doxing? Oh. What was... When did that start? Like, what was the big thing that got you against doxing? What was the event, mister? The world wants to know. Wrong account? X is not fun to navigate. Elon, you need to, like, make X more navigatable. It's bad. Yeah, this young guy's very hard to find. So, is this young relevant? Because this person is not easy to find. So for everyone knows, young, this person is not relevant. He has no cloud. Because you can't even find him. He's in the same box as me. If I put in young, I get corrected. I see Eric and Cops get young. I do see videos on it, but I'm like... Those are some... I guess I could check on YouTube, I guess. Because that's apparently where this is coming from. Oh, shit. Let me go... I was always against the idea, but doxing situations surrounding YouTuber further solidified it. YouTube is kind of... I don't have him... I think content creators should... I think when it comes to, like, doxing, I think YouTube creators... It's such a complex issue, and as you know, I believe that both sides need to be banned. If it involves content creators, it's bad. I mean, it's not like... let me rephrase it. If it's two content creators going at it, I mean, it's like, ban them both. If you have a content creator going after, like, a citizen and doxing them, then that is really, really bad. Eric July discussed young Clippa / Riley's arrest on his channel. There's got to be someone that has, like, a very, like, short video or something, right, though? Like, is this... Like, what does this guy look like? Young Clippa. I need to know what this guy looks like. His mugshot was shared across Twitter too? Really? Older, like... How many young Clippas are there? Is there something I don't know? You said you were just looking at him. So this guy right here, young Clippa, 2-time ball. The shades and the beard dude. Oh. Wait, that's no beard though. Or is that a beard? Is that? Does he have a beard? I guess he does, huh? So this guy, so it's young, as in Y-O-U-N-G. And you said Eric July. So Eric July is going to be a big way to find this. Oh, by the way, Mister, what's your opinion on viewbotting? I'm having my suspicions on YouTube. I'm gonna delve in. I mean, I have a suspicion that that a lot of the content creators on YouTube, a lot of them are fake. They're viewbotting. Eric July, stalker arrested at his event. 2 hours, man. Why are they making such long videos? Why are they doing that? That's such... So someone was arrested, public statement. Do they have a short? Eric July is a fake name.
He's conspiring with Yellow Flash. What? I don't. And then me and Yellow Flash are like, what? Like, cause I ain't talked to Yellow Flash about nothing. Tell you, man, I'm fucking.
Eric July is a fake name. He was born Light Yagami, which explains everything. Stay woke. What the hell? What in God's name?
I got this information from a YouTuber who also got this information from this YouTuber who then repeated this person. Like, god damn. The fuck was like.
Okay. Let's see here. The arrest record for Riley / young Clippa has been released. It appears that there was a warrant issued from Collin County for his arrest on harassment charges. Jail records. Wait. So anyway, okay. So he's a white male, 5'7", weighs 230 pounds. Jesus, man, too many donuts. And you said he was stalking? Oh, he was recently released. So now we know he wasn't arrested over trespassing or stalking. It was because of a warrant. Now the next questions are, 1, who called the cops? And 2, is the warrant issued over Riley going to EJ's warehouse? Now I have to... So is this just a normal guy? So Eric July was stalked by this guy. Excuse me. Is that it? The gist of it? Let's see, it says warrant, so a little thin skin. Eric filed charges against Riley before this happened. The police probably ran his name with his ID and found an outstanding warrant. Riley also threatened Eric's employees. Oh, okay. He looks like the light's too bright for him. He's like, oh no, oh no, oh my god. Charges harassment. So Riley / Young Clippa. Like, is Young Clippa, so he's not like, is he like a YouTube personality or? And it is Young. Oops. So, like you said, this guy right here, right? That's 5 months ago. The Clippaverse. So he's got the Clippaverse. He's got lyrics. Let me, 5'7". He's 230 pounds. Look at this dude, man. I'm 6'1", and I am 183 pounds right now. I'm just a maniac and have no reason to lie to you. I got my short shorts. You think that I'm joking, guys? It's a divisive topic. Some content creators cover the situation are in support of Eric, July, and others think Eric is disingenuously mischaracterizing Riley as a danger to him. I mean, look at this guy. He's squatting right there. He's got pizza. This guy's a threat? Look at this. This guy's a threat? You're kidding me. This dude's a threat? He's 33 years old, man. What the hell, man? You packing? You jacking? What the fudge? Okay, okay, this is ridiculous, man. This is ridiculous. This guy, what the hell? What the hell? He's got over 1K subscribers? Really? Shit. Boost me up. Jesus. So this guy isn't even really a thing? Oh, he got a logo too. Is that from Brenda also? Brenda, did you give him a logo? Did you give him a logo, Brenda? Poor Brenda. I have to answer a reply, but I'm like, I still don't know what I would want a logo for. I don't know. So he's a threat. So Eric, what's his name? Eric July. Allegedly, he made an appearance at the meetup with a plastic weapon. Oh. I can see people like offended. The way the nation is right now, it's like, it's not a good idea to show up with plastic weapons. Why does this young rapper come up? Unless that is him. So this is Eric. So this guy's offended. So let me get this straight. This guy's offended of someone, a 5'7", 230 pound plastic toting guy. That's his YouTube channel? Okay. He's got 500K subscribers. Okay. Indoctrinating children. So someone was right. Okay, Hollywood has a... So this guy's conservative? Is he center right? Or is he center right? Center right plus? For anyone knows that the way things are, like the left and the right, there's like plus to them. So if you were on the left 70 years ago, you're now in the center. Alpha Core animated trailer? Oh. So you got the Clippaverse versus the Ripaverse? Okay, so I already got an idea here. So obviously Clippa or whatever. So the 6'7", 230 pounder is just trying to up his subscriber count. That's what he's trying to do. He's just trying to cause controversy. That's what he's doing. Because if you're a content creator, you have to create controversy to create views, apparently. Or translate views into subscribers. So I've already got an idea now. But you said that he went to Eric's house? Eric was on a panel yesterday discussing what happened. But is he like conservative? Or Eric July, whoopsie. He has a wiki? Whether that's true or not. I don't know. A musician, writer, YouTube personality. 2 years older than him. Potentially. If that's true. The wiki. He was on Blaze TV? An arco-capitalist? What's an arco-capitalist? Commentator? Wait, so he's with Glenn Beck? He's with the Blaze? Who is now... And this is a whole nother can of worms here. Extends the concept of ownership to include control of private property as part of the self, and in some cases, control of other people as private property. Can you be an anarchist? Arco-capitalist. A 4-hour... Jesus Christ. Let's go, Brandon. Repaverse.
Texas, Young, Rippa, Eric July. What's up, bro?
Whew. I'm doing good. What an event that was on Saturday. Incredible. Went about as smooth as one could go, man. Big shout out to the Boozy Bird for being an incredible host and everybody that came out and showed love, all the talent that was there, Jay and Melanie. And it was so busy that I didn't get a chance to talk to really anybody that was there as far as the talent was concerned. I saw Gary right at the end. I saw Melanie right at the end, but I didn't get to speak with Craig. It was just so busy.
So what's this arco-capitalist like? Oh, isn't it? Wouldn't that be like a libertarian reference?
And that's the reason.
Wouldn't it? Like, is that where his political allegiance is? Would he be like libertarian?
Very, very fun time, and you know we're trying to cook up the next one, man. I'm excited.
And I will be there at the next one. I will be at the next one. Man, Beardo and Jay did a great stream, and it really kind of captured how awesome the whole vibe and the event.
Look how these guys network. I can't network like them. I just don't. It's like they all got their buddy system, man.
Did you see the line was like wrapped around the shopping
crazy.
plaza,
And it didn't stop. It
I
did
went
not
out.
stop.
We were getting water for. I know Rippa didn't even notice. So like we were.
But let's go, Brandon. The Repaverse. Is there any what are the comments? They want to be celebrities so fucking bad. Oh, they kind of just said what I said in a way, but not really. Brandon's like a truck, yeah, but he jack. Oh, by the way, that's a bot right there, actually. Brandon's like a truck, yeah, but he jackknifed the moment Riley stood up to him. See, now I gotta know Riley's political stance. What's his political stance, mister? Big shout out to Boozy Bird. Hollow words, he threw the owners of said restaurant underneath the bus by initially blaming them for having called the cops on O'Reilly. So does he get into more of it?
Getting me and a few other. We were bringing out water to some of the people out there because it was hot.
Yeah, it was warm.
It's just
Appreciate
fun,
everybody's
man.
patience, man.
It was awesome.
Stuff like that, like you want to make sure that we're not. Obviously, it's our SVP event for a reason, and we did at one point have the fire marshals that were there, so it's good that we were making sure everybody got their time and get in there properly.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It really was cool, and I loved seeing it, and it was a really cool kind of the whole place. The Boozy Bird, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Boozy
Boozy
Bird.
Bird.
It looked like a cool spot. So yeah, shout out to everybody involved, man. That's good shit indeed. And also, Beardo was there. What's up, Fear the Beardo?
Yeah, man. I'm still coming down off of that high. It was such a.
Means that everything the public needs to know will be in this video. Thus, I'll have no further comments outside of this, and anything else will need to be addressed with our legal team. You may know by now that a crazed man was arrested outside of a recent Rippaverse meetup after trying to cause a scene, heckling guests, and attempting to interrupt the event. He was told by the venue to leave and stay off the property. The venue instructed him to leave, and he refused. So his conflict with the police was created out of his own actions, and the cop explicitly states why he was called.
This guy's a threat?
As you can see, it was not us that called the police, and I was unaware that this was even happening as I was enjoying the meetup inside with the fans. We now know that he was arrested because of an outstanding...
Look at that, look at that. You know this guy's trying to get his subscriber count up. You know it. You just know it. Like, he's even looking at the camera. He's got a camera. This is all fake.
warrant. So he needlessly created a conflict with the police despite having this warrant for his arrest. That warrant is in relation to stalking or harassment of me. This warrant was issued by the police department near our headquarters, and it wasn't due to a singular event. Thankfully for us, this man documents most of what he does through social media posts, streaming, and recording himself. Our legal team has
Andy Worski is laughing his ass off.
We think it's important for the public to understand the timeline and for some things to be cleared up. At no point have I had any...
So he says that it's all been documented by Fatty McPatty. It's all been documented. It's all, it was all planned out. It was all covered. Like, dude, he was looking at the camera. He had the camera there. All publicity, man. That's so fake.
Discussion with this man. He does not appear to be a well-adjusted individual. He displays mental instability.
No, he's just based from that. I mean, if Fatty Arbuckle's smart. I mean, he's getting publicity. He got arrested. His cameraman was there. It's all been built up. I mean, we'll see if his subscriber count builds up from it, but...
Violent and does not seem to be an honorable guy. considering he slaps an autistic woman on his stream
What?
and urinates on her for pornography.
What? So your stalkers were filming piss content before licking the windows in Dallas? When you gotta go, even in not so glamorous places. Is the mint salad way to make... Do these guys... What other history do these guys have?
These are all recent events. For some reason, he made much of his social media presence about me. It started as an odd obsession with threatening to shave me. As odd as that is, I wrote it off, but my security detail began to keep tabs just in case. And as they suspected, it escalated beyond mere internet trolling. Let's get some facts straight. This old video has been dishonestly shared around to suggest that I've invited this individual. Not only is the context removed, it's over a year old. This means it predates me knowing of this person, and it has nothing to do with them. You can tell it's old because there's no Blood, Ruth, or Shadran posters in the background. When I've used the term pull up, I'm meaning to cordially discuss things. When I'm at a public event, now I've clarified this over a year ago and used the term much longer than that.
Shops at Legacy, I'll be there. Go ahead and pull up.
He does look frustrated, doesn't he?
Pull up. If you, well, some of you, I mean, the RSVPs have already been laid, so go pull up to the booth, chat with us, buy some items if that's what you're into. We're gonna have plenty of merch. Pull up just means let's hash it out, let's link up. So that can apply to people that love me. We say pull up.
Obviously, that's not what this individual has done. What they have done is crossed into territory that is unacceptable. To try to have their actions justified, the man publicly has not told the truth about events. That hat logo that you all see is the Ripper Versus logo. It's ours. This person attempted to, and still does, try to sell that online. It is not a parody, as we're not talking about the text. We are talking about the actual hat logo. They tried to sell that completely unedited, and Teespring, now known as Spring, busted them for copycat. They did not obtain our warehouse address through this affair. Instead, they obtained our address through a completely unrelated thing. It was not from a DMCA of their own. Since then, this person went online and publicly stated multiple times that they'd be coming to Texas. They live several states away. We've documented them claiming this even in other people's streams and telling people that they'd be going to my personal home. The line especially got crossed when they threatened one of my employees on video shortly after Spring disallowed the sale of our logo. And still, I didn't think that they would do something this insane. This person drove all the way to Texas to our business location, which has several employees working there, of course. They would drive near the front of the building and then turn around during the day, and then they came back at night, stuck things on the window, and took it to social media, telling everybody that they do more. So you can understand after that, security got in contact with the police, and since then, this person has continued to levy threats on the internet, doxed my house.
See this kind of anti-consumer... Oh.
And bragged about going to my ancestors.
I pissed on the grave, but I didn't take a picture because I don't want it used against me in court. What the hell?
Ancestors' grave to deface it. Since growing my company, I've welcomed many people into the fold. This is much bigger than myself, and I am responsible for maintaining a safe work environment. I have employees and thus their families that depend on it. When someone displays this type of behavior, you must report it. Because if you don't, and something happens,
he seems so flustered.
you're going to be the one held liable. Even if this was a random person that did this, our security team would still have us contacting the police. Considering the great lengths this person went through and their mental instability, we can't afford to take this lightly. We live in reality, not wishful standards. If someone were to get hurt, political posturing won't help us. I had to have a long conversation with our employees because many of them were creeped out, as you can imagine. They deserve to have a peace of mind and should not feel unsafe. I informed the authorities that I can handle myself, and I always like my odds, but I'm no fool. I will treat threats accordingly and fear.
Well, he's
my
obviously the
employees
bigger
more than
content
myself.
creator.
I will not be the person that mishandled a situation or was unprepared simply because he didn't take it seriously or he thought that he was some sort of macho man. And we've seen their actions. This person is not owed any benefit of the doubt. Even if we didn't know who this guy was, if a random guy did this, we do our due diligence. If you do not have employees, dozens of employees, and a business to protect, I don't anticipate that you will understand the importance of due diligence. I'm not risking my business, my life, or the lives of those around me, especially not for those that have already applauded efforts to have the state weaponized against me in hopes to ruin my business. So let me be crystal clear. The Rippaverse welcomes all respectable people in agreement or disagreement. We appear at cons and have our meetups. As long as you are respectable, you more than likely will get the chance to talk to me in person about anything you want. RSVP when appropriate and respect the other guest. If you really wanted to speak with me, and it's not just simply trying to put on a show for internet engagement, you actually want to talk to me, it's a very easy thing to do. If you want to be critical of me, go right ahead. Stay on the internet and
There's a lot of information that I don't know, unfortunately, so I can't make like a total judge. You said ruin Leon, huh? Yeah. So I can't make too much of a judgment. I don't know how it began. I only knew how it ended. He's handling it good though. If I were to take the end result as it is right now, yeah, obviously he's doing the appropriate thing to do. So if I took this piece of content and what I knew right here, I would say, yeah, I mean, he seems legit. That's fine. So, Fatty McPatty shouldn't be doing what he was doing. But I know why. I got an idea of why he was doing what he was doing. So it's just to create controversy and publicity, and it probably worked. You'll have to let me know if his subscriber count goes up or down. I mean, it doesn't really have anywhere to go if it's like over 1,000, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to go, mister, since it's been over 2 hours. Did you have any last thoughts on that? Also, I did want to thank everyone. So it's gone from like I think last week I was saying like plus 76 in 28 days. It's gone from plus 76 to plus 102 in 28 days. So my subscriber count continues to go up. Obviously, orange bad man videos help the trend, I will say, sadly. But I think it's mostly view bots, and I don't know who's doing it, but whatever. There are legitimate people posting on my stuff and commenting, though, so I thank y'all for that for sure, though. I mean, there are, but these, like... When I look at these, like, this is obviously, like, probably a bot, maybe real person, probably bot. Get like 10,000 bots, and then you have a successful short, right? Like, oh my god, botting me like crazy. And I just get the feeling like that there's these bot things that are happening, these view bots, and then it's just like waves and waves and waves. So they go through me, and they're meant to go through someone else. I don't know. Some weird shit with YouTube that I don't like. I like legitimate content, so I don't like that someone is view botting me. I don't like that. And bot commenting me. I don't like that. But oh well. Nothing I can do about it. So, but this is the real legit, so the subscribers. So I don't think there'd be bots just doing the subscribing stuff. So I appreciate that. I'm going to assume it is going to escalate for sure. And I'll definitely want to like keep tabs on. I have a new achievement. Your channel has gotten over 270 views so far. even though the Barbie spike was like one huge spike, all the spikes that I had with the Orange Badman videos actually did more than the Barbie video, which is really good. I have over 1K watch time. My subscribers have gone plus 316. My swipe rate is 22% over 57. My kin remains the top, but all the Orange Bad Band videos, like, there's a lot of them that are over 10K. My live videos have gone up, 400 views. My impressions have gone up to 2.2%. I think it was like 0.09% at one point. My average view duration is going up. My shorts, I mean, I always like to have a period to where they're down in a way, so I have something to look forward to. So, but on my shorts, the videos are what I really would be trying to do. So that is definitely a goal. So obviously people still watching my Core Keeper stuff. But if they want to see me do Core Keeper, like, they're going to have to, like, make themselves more notable, though. Like, you got to come on the stream and say, hey, Daniel, why aren't you doing Core Keeper? What's going on here? Pop on Core Keeper. Right now, I got people kind of watching me at all times of the day. My female watch rate is going up. That's just interesting. I think, is it because I'm such a handsome fella? Or maybe it's the Baby Yoda, I don't know. 25% to 74%. Continues to climb. So I appreciate all the ladies watching my content. And all the dudes as well. I have 61% that are watching my content from the United States. I have people watching me from the Philippines, the United Kingdom, Canada, India, all these other places, which is really cool. My God, that's loud. I'm sure that could have been heard. Jesus Christ. Okay, so, but, just got 18 views, okay. Actually, yeah, give me, actually, no, go back to the analytics, okay. So, yeah, so, appreciate everyone for subscribing and all that wonderful stuff. I will stream, see what I do is, so I gotta post this on the R Word as well after this. Tomorrow, so how it works is tonight, I go to sleep, and then I wake up in the morning, and then I start my stream mostly. Oh, my final thoughts? Oh, on the Eric thingy. Well, so far right now, it looks like the 7 foot. No, I was gonna say 7'5". The 5'7" chubby dude is probably at this moment in the wrong. I don't think that's gonna change until he wises up. Chubby McFatty Pants needs to wise up and realize that controversy doesn't work in the long run. It's only short-term gain. Like, right now, I'm grinding, and I'm not, like, doing the controversy bullshit. If someone started beef and wanted some beef stew, it wouldn't last very long. So, I just go on, reading content, doing content. People like you, mister, coming on, and I check out what you want to check out, stuff like that. Man. No need for beef to create views. No need for the beefies. So, alright, mister, you have a good one. And everyone else that watches this, again, tonight I'll go to sleep. And then whenever I wake up in the morning, I'll get my rigs ready. And then I'll stream. So, I want to be able to get as much of a good amount of sleep as I can. So, that's why I don't have a fixed time in the morning. It's just when I wake up and I get things ready. And it takes probably about like 30 minutes to get things set up and stuff like that. But So tomorrow will be Friday's stream. So anyway, this has been the DTM experience. We are dragons, all that wonderful stuff. Dragons are fierce. Dragons are loyal. Dragons are everything. They're elegant. They're mythic. Dragons are anything that you want. And when people are dragons, and when they come in groups, there's nothing that stops them. So this is my experience, Daniel's experience, and y'all were here for the ride. So stay tuned for more for tomorrow's Friday stream. Take care, y'all.